and welcome to the big question with SnG. My name is Karan.
I am Varun.
I'm Kautuk.
And I'm Adar.
Today's big question is who are we? Right? So we are not All India Comedy, East India Bakchod, the viral Bakchod. We are
Shits and Giggles. Hey, guys, pronounce this. What variations have you heard of this?
I'll give you one variation that my very own mother, who has brought me up, calls it to this date Snids and Giggles. I'm like, Mom, where is the N after the S? So
once we got a phone call, so Karan gets a phone call. Karan comes running to me in the office and goes, Adar, could you say that again? And he's just laughing and he puts it on speaker. Yeah, am I talking to and her whole office is laughing at the back.
No, but let's go back in time a little bit. Katie, why don't you start enlightening our viewers about how the name Shits and Giggles actually came about?
So Shits and Giggles is the name of a bar in a movie called Beer Fest. And I really thought the name was catchy because it did two things. First of all, the name was catchy. Secondly,
sounds funny.
Yeah, it sounded funny.
I will tell you exactly verbatim what happened. Yeah. Both of us are chilling in a dingy lane.
Yes.
I mean, that was not important.
What dingy?
No, because
that dingy lane is notorious.
It's notorious for something. Okay. We can't say that on the air.
Hanging out, man.
Yeah, we were hanging out. We were just chilling, and then we're like, listen, we have to do something about comedy because nobody's waiting there to give us a spot on stage. So we got to do something. So Katie was like, yeah, let's start a group. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let's start a group. What do we call it? So he's just thinking, I'm thinking like Shits and Giggles. That's literally how the name came about. And I think that's how we just started. And fun fact, the first show of Shits and Giggles did have
no
one from Shits and Giggles.
Except for me.
Except for him.
More than that, the big question for today, for this episode is, who am I? More than who are we, who am I? Because
he's Bollywood Gandu. For all those of you who still don't know, he's Bollywood Gandu.
I'm the guy who gets in the newspapers of fighting with Abhishek Bachchan. Yeah. That's my claim to fame.
Yeah.
That sucks. At least I need someone else here. Like maybe Akshay Kumar.
Oh, that's the problem.
Yeah. That's Abhishek Bachchan, man.
That's your benchmark.
It's almost like, when he was small, like in school, बड़े होके क्या बनोगे बेटा? बड़े होके मैं अभिषेक बच्चन के साथ ट्विटर पे लड़ाई करूंगा.
Good. Thank you that.
Why was your child also Nana Patekar?
Hey,
My journey has been more from stage to digital, which is YouTube, and all of us are here there, right? And we've progressed to making videos now. So I think who am I is, for me, it's like comedian is not enough. Now I'm a content creator. That's who I am.
So I obviously never intended on being a comedian. Didn't want to do comedy as such. I was a funny guy in the group, but never thought of it as a career option. And then happened to do an open mic like 5 years ago and won it. And then I'm like, boss, mere mein dum hai. And then I said, why not just give it a sincere shot? And that's what I've been doing 5 years. And now I'm here. So clearly, I haven't.
Kautuk, who are you?
My name is Kautuk Srivastav and I'm a writer and a comedian. And I unlike what Varun was saying, I knew at age 15 that I wanted to do like humor writing. I knew that. I wanted to write books. But I didn't know that I would become a stand-up comedian. That I didn't know. And for me, the awesome thing about stand-up is that, so I write for TV as well. Okay. And when you write for TV, what happens is you write these funny lines. Okay. And then it goes to actors like Varun. who just take that line and just massacre it. So at some point I was like, you know what? If I can write these lines, I may as well just say it as well.
So you want to go fuck it up?
Yeah.
Yes. So I
want to fuck up my own lines.
I want to take 100% responsibility.
Yeah. Fuck that. My lines suck. I'll make it suck more.
Yeah.
Adar, who are you?
I am an actor and a musician. I started training in music when I was 7 years old and was beaten to learn what the notes are. And I started comedy because I was doing this play and the director told me that everybody else in the play was being a comic and I was supposed to be straight man. And I told him, why can't I flip one day and do that role? And he's like, no, you can't do comedy.
He was
I started comedy in anger. So that's literally
fun story.
So
fun story.
So did you guys know
That the
Other-
first time.
Wait, before you, not even that other actually broke up with a girl because she found another comedy group funnier than we. R
Oh,
is
yeah.
word.
He's very dedicated to
That
this
is
group.
that
He's
is
very
dedication to the next
No,
level.
we had a massive fight over it, and then we just ended up breaking up.
You didn't break up, you unsubscribed.
Yeah.
Let's use the right word.
Nahi chahiye tu.
How about this? How about we talk about the very first experience of us holding a mic on stage in front of people who are not your friends
Or your parents.
or paid.
No.
Other.
The first time I did stand-up, I wasn't holding a mic. I did it at Prithvi Theatre, after which stand-up comedy was banned at Prithvi.
Oh.
Oh,
He's
there you
the
go.
reason, guys. He's
You're the
the
reason why Prithvi has banned stand up.
I remember very vividly. Others, one of the first bits I heard Other do was flowers and different names of flowers. And this one time I'll never forget. Other and I are performing, and Other's like, bro, मैं भी stage पे जाके ना टट्टी पे joke करने वाला हूँ. I'm like, Other, are you serious? हाँ bro, I've got some killer jokes on potty. I'm like, don't do it. No, I'm gonna do it. I'm like, Other, don't do it. I'm gonna do it. Then Other goes on stage.
That's, you know what that is? That's a classic case of verbal diarrhea.
Yeah, and then he just stuck you on stage. He just stuck you on stage.
Kautuk, your first time.
My first time was in 2010. It was
You paid for it.
no, it was on amateur night,
Ah.
and
Was she good?
it was no, not really. And Kavi Shastri was hosting it, and I remember the first thing he said was, "Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the next guy. The next guy is a person I bank with. Please give it up for Kotak." And I went. My first line was, "It's Kautuk," and that got an applause break. So,
No, I think most of us actually began our journey at Veer Das's amateur nights, right?
nights, yeah.
So Veer, thank you.
Yeah. Thank
But I
you
remember
so
my
much.
first time was also Katie's first time.
Correct.
I went there and I didn't want to lose or suck, so I took 28 friends with me because hey, that's the best thing, right? And Katie was at the same night, and I'll say this. So I went up second to perform, I remember, and good set. Everything went well. My friends clapped a lot. I went out, I was smoking, and I see Karan sort of talking to a couple girls there, and then he walks in and he goes up on stage, and I will never ever forget this joke, and I want Katie to do that joke right now because I will not do justice saying
So
it.
this is what I do. I do this. I don't have a topi on. I put my shirt like this. And I just stood there for like 10-15 seconds
Yeah.
and people are laughing. And then I was like, this is what it looks like when the condom tears.
wow.
I think by far that's one of my most funniest jokes I've seen.
Wow.
It got a huge.
Yeah.
So we all had like 2 or 3 minutes
We had
on
2
stage.
minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes on stage, and 30 seconds was spent with people laughing.
Yeah.
Love it.
Wait. Has everyone over here got that one story of हम तुम्हें पैसे नहीं देंगे पर exposure बहुत
Exposure,
Oh.
exposure.
क्या
Yes.
दिखा? What are you showing me? Like दंगा तू खड़ा है
2 years.
आपको पैसा नहीं मिलेगा, लेकिन
No,
मैं
no.
expose करूंगा आपके सामने. ये देखो कैसा लगा.
Guys, when stand-up was a new thing,
Yeah.
they were surprised when people said, when I asked them, what's the budget?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
It wasn't,
Let's
it wasn't like, oh, I have money. It's like, oh, you take money for this?
Okay, how about we do this? How about like this story is a really funny story. How about we talk about one of the funniest stories that you've had in your stand-up career so far?
I was doing a corporate show, which is so I'm and Karan had told me, Adar, advance has come, go. So this is what had happened, and this is like a 25-minute gig.
Yeah.
And I reach there, and there's 1,000 people there, and I'm the only comedian. So I go to my they go, please welcome on stage the hilarious, the very very comical Adar Malik. Also, drinks are served. 990 people got up and went at the back. माँ चुदाने का comedy. They are frustrated in that conference all day.
You know, now comedy has become like the thing to do, right? For corporate
Every
shows.
corporate show.
So this one corporate show I was called for in Delhi. So I show up for the corporate show. The guy calls me up. I'm in my hotel room. He's like, "Sir, how was your flight?" I said, "Great." "Have you eaten lunch?" I said, "Yes." "All good?" "Yes." "Sir, AC, everything, room?" I said, "Yes." "Sir, I just want to ask you one thing. Will you need a mic?" And I'm on the phone, and he's like, "Will you need a mic?" And I'm like, "Good joke." He's like, "No, sir, will you need a mic?" I'm like, What is next? You're going to ask me, sir, you need audience. आप अकेले कर लेंगे शो, मतलब एक रूम में आपको डाल दिया, लाइट मार दिया, आप कर लेंगे.
मेरे को बोला था किसी ने तो एक माइक स्टैंड आई आस्क्ड फॉर आई नीड अ गिटार सो तो आई नीड द जैक जैक है नहीं है 2 माइक है हाँ 2 माइक है लाइक ठीक है चलो एंड आई पुट द स्टैंड लाइक दूसरा माइक देना हाँ लेकिन स्टैंड नहीं है तो मतलब आप एक हाथ में पकड़ो और ऐसे गिटार बजाओ.
One more thing I actually wanted to sort of talk about. I'm pretty sure that we all have that one funny story with like people not understanding what we do exactly. Like my grandmother to this date gives me audio cassettes of this Marathi comedian called Vapu.
Yeah.
Hey,
Vapu
is funny.
Vapu's great.
Oh.
It's great. And she gives me the cassette and she's like, isko le, and then you make it in English and then you do it on stage.
Wow.
I'm like, what?
Shouldn't that be coming from the Malik side?
They don't,
Yeah.
yeah.
मेरे को बहुत मिलता है. नहीं, ये
Then I
नहीं,
realized
ये
that's what
नहीं,
Anuplik's
ये
parents told him.
You know what my dad never understood? My dad never understood the fact, like, as comedians, we have to perform in bars a lot, right? He never understood that you go there to work, okay? Like, we go there to work. So I would keep telling him, hey, I'm going to this bar, I'm going to that bar. And he's like, that's fine, but when are you going to work? You know, you're enjoying all the time.
Yeah, always.
Again,
Oh, funniest story about Adar's dad. We used to do a show, remember, called Gandu Nights.
Yes.
Amazing
Right.
show, guys. Gandu Nights, we used to do a show.
It'll come back
And
soon.
yeah, it'll come back soon. The thing is, every time Adar's dad had to talk about the show, he couldn't get himself to say Gandu.
Yeah.
So he would say G Nights.
G nights.
When is
How is
G-Nights
G
happening?
Nights?
Guys, even my parents, I told them I'm going on tour with Gandu Nights. After that, they would keep saying, hey, so when are you going for the tour?
No, but I think this is a good way. I'm assuming everyone now sort of knows better as to
Yes.
who we are,
Yes.
what we are,
Oh.
and in the episodes to come, they'll know us and
So,
what we
so a couple
think
things
of better.
before we sign off, a couple things. I know you have something to say. If you're listening to this and you've stayed with us this long, thank you first of all. If there is a profound question that you
Yeah.
think that we could tackle, you know something, is there a God, for
Yes.
example? Is there life outside the
Will I
planet?
lose weight?
You know? Yeah, exactly. Yes,
Will I
you
die
can.
alone?
Yeah, just chop your leg
Anything.
off. You lose weight immediately.
Good.
But if there are questions that you guys have, the questions listening in, if you guys have, please let us know. We will answer one question every episode.
Yeah. Also, just about that only. Since we're all here and SNG, we should introduce the other two as well.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So we have two other members in the group. One is Neville Shah and the other one is Bridge Bhakta. Both Neville has a full-time job, so you don't see him much on the channel. And Bridge is actually out of town visiting his family in America for some time. So
So they will be back, and once they're back, they will join us. But
Yes.
till then, it's just going to be four of us
yeah.
answering one big question every
Every
episode.
week.
Thank you for watching this episode. Today's big question was, who are we? I'm assuming that you guys all know who we are now. And please like, share, subscribe, follow this podcast for more stupidity
Yeah.
and actual important answers
Yes.
also.
But mostly
But
stupidity.
mostly stupidity.
Don't watch
All
with your
right.
parents.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Please come. Yes, sir. With this, we can put you anywhere in the world. Prasad, where are they?
Egypt at the pyramids.
Cool panel. You don't know if you're gonna like poop or fly the Starship Enterprise. Okay, it's just, it's incredible.